Award-winning fashion designer and cultural ambassador Thabo Makhetha-Kwinana runs a fashion brand inspired by more than 150 years of Basotho heritage and culture. Through her garments, she shares the story of her culture and her heritage, both locally and internationally. And her latest collection, titled Phetoho 2.0, was lauded for its creativity and was even featured in Vogue Italia, the world's leading fashion magazine. And she joins us now to talk more about this global brand. Tabo, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News, and happy Women's Day to you.
Hi, Mbali. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Tabo, let's start off here. Firstly, you look gorgeous, by the way, and maybe if you can just give us an insight into your brand Thabo Makhetha Fashion House, and how did that come about?
Hi, Mbali. Thank you for that question. So the brand really came about back in 2009. I graduated from varsity. I couldn't find a job, so I just started sewing. I got an order for a choir uniform, is actually how it started. And then from there, I got someone to help me with that order. And then we formally registered the business and started putting the brand out there and getting more orders. So I think it's really when the Basotho blankets came into the picture, was in 2013. A lot of people know me for the Basotho blankets and the capes, the coats, and the garments we make from that. In 2013 was also my first showcase in Vancouver. And that was the first time I actually showcased on a runway, and it was an international showcase. So that was quite a big deal for us, because we were quite excited to see. I didn't expect it. I think that's the other thing about fashion, when part of the journey is just exploration and figuring out things and seeing how things come to light. And people really, really just took to the Basotho blankets. And since then, these blankets have carried me to fashion weeks, SA fashion weeks, to the covers of Milan, like you've mentioned, Vogue. Beyonce, we featured on her list as well for designers to look out for, and many things have come from it since then. And it's just, yeah, that's where we're at right now.
And I mean, Tabo, we only see the final product, and we don't see the journey of what it actually takes to be where you are at the moment. Maybe just give us, in terms of the background of what it takes to build an international luxury brand like yourself.
So, my journey has been quite unique. I think some of these things, you learn them on the way. With having showcased in Vancouver, first of all, I think there's the saying people always say, a prophet is never noticed in his home country. The light on our brand only came up after we were seen overseas and after we showcased overseas. That opportunity came by me going to applying for design in Tabo. So I've got my business partner, Kevin. He's the one who helps me apply for these kind of opportunities where you do have international buyers, international journalists who come and look at these sort of events and look at what new talent and what innovative things are happening in that space. So I was fortunate to be at Design in Tabo, and because of that platform, the invitation from Vancouver came through. And then, so getting the invitation and being seen in Vancouver, it's only then the doors I'd been knocking on here in South Africa actually opened. So for me, I found that quite interesting. So that's one of the lessons I've learned. But it's just to make sure that you also plug into what's current community around you is giving you opportunities like that to be seen on those stages.
And what challenges have you come across? Trying to take a local brand and put it on the world stage. I'm sure it was not as easy as some may think. Like you're saying, also alluding to the fact that you were firstly recognized on an international scale before you were given global recognition, local recognition.
Yes. I think the biggest challenge for me has been the invitations that came out. Being recognized internationally also means you get copied internationally. So, I remember a time my sister and I were physically going to Joburg, all the Chinatowns, and we found the one Chinatown that was actually selling replicas of the capes, and it was polyester. It was horrible, and it was all over Marketplace. And that was the first time I actually saw the financial impact that also plays on the business. Because we've had designers copy our style and try and do whatever they were trying to do with the blankets. But that time, yes, the influx of those copies, financially, that was also quite a hit. And then, yeah, just challenges, learning about law, how far law actually protects you. And in my experience, I found that the community I build around myself on social media, on Facebook, even the whole thing of the fake garments that was going around, it was my Facebook community that actually alerted me about that. So just making sure as a brand as well, as you grow, keep it organic, keep true to your customers as well, because they also look out for you when things like that do happen. And I'm just very grateful that despite all of that, here we are still 2025 and the brand is still going.
And what does the future hold for Thabo Makhetha?
The future is quite exciting, I can say. First of all, I got nominated for the National Arts and Culture Awards. So that will be taking place later this month. So it's just a beautiful thing to also be celebrating in Women's Month, this recognition. As well as we actually pushing more into textiles and producing our own textiles. SA Fashion Week earlier this year, we showcased our Deek LED collection, which is 100% cotton jacquard. The way the textile is woven, it's similar to the way the Basotho blankets are woven. So we're trying to still keep true to the story. So yes, there's a lot coming up for us. People can follow on social media. It's TMAKCC, TMAKCC. Everything that's going on with us. If you want to know more about the brand, touch the brand, feel the brand, visit Abara at Newtown Junction Mall, Africa Rise at Sandton City as well. And yes, that's how you can engage with us and find out more about the brand and what we're doing around it as well.
All right, Tabo, thank you so much for your time. That's Thabo Makhetha-Kwinana. She is the founder of Thabo Makhetha Fashion House there, just giving us a bit of insight in terms of what it's taken for her to elevate this fashion brand.